The warbands, battered and bruised from the brawl, listened to the governor's offer with interest. The promise of extra rewards and the chance to enter Mordheim was too good to pass up. "So, what do you say?" the governor asked, looking at the leaders of each warband. The Skaven, dwarves, and undead conferred amongst themselves before nodding in agreement. The prospect of finding the governor's sons and claiming the rewards for themselves was too enticing to ignore. "We accept your offer," said the dwarf leader, Snor Goldbeard. "But we'll need more information about your sons and where they were last seen." The governor nodded and provided them with a description of his two sons, both young and foolish, always getting into trouble. He also told them that they had been last seen in the abandoned district of Mordheim, searching for valuable trinkets. "Be warned, Mordheim is a dangerous place," the governor said, looking at each warband in turn. "Many have tried to enter, but few return. But if you succeed in finding my sons, the rewards will be worth it." With that, he handed over a map of the abandoned district and opened the doors of Mordheim for the warbands to enter. They solemnly took the map and made their way towards the ruins and the unknown dangers lurking within. Although Skeech had found the first son, he felt a sense of jealousy towards Snor Goldbeard. He couldn't stand the fact that the dwarf had managed to find the other son without any outside help. He saw it as a personal failure and vowed to prove himself to be the better leader. Skeech and his Skaven warband began to plan their next move, determined to come out on top. Snor Goldbeard, on the other hand, remained focused on the safety of his warband and continued to work towards finding new allies and resources to help them survive. Harold couldn't believe his luck when he heard the rumors about the dwarves searching for treasure in Mordheim. His little minions had been struggling to find any loot for a while, and he needed to boost their morale. He quickly assembled his team and headed towards the east gate. As soon as they reached the gate, Harold ordered his minions to sneak behind the dwarfs. They crawled cautiously, trying not to make any noise. Finally, they spotted the dwarf leader, Snor Goldbeard, sitting on the bridge, surrounded by some of his men. Harold quietly signaled his minions to get ready for an attack. Suddenly, they jumped from the shadows, screaming and shouting, confusing the dwarves. In the heat of the moment, Harold managed to sneak behind Snor Goldbeard and delivered a mighty blow to his head, killing him instantly. The dwarf army was shocked and bewildered by the sudden attack. Harold and his minions used this as an opportunity to steal all the treasure that they could find and escape. They made their way back to their hideout, celebrating their victory and the loot that they had acquired. From that day on, the name Harold and his minions struck fear into the hearts of the people of Mordheim. They became infamous for their sneak attacks, and people knew not to mess with them. Harold and his minions grew more confident, and they continued their raids, never to forget the day they killed the dwarf leader, Snor Goldbeard. The marauders of chaos charged forward with their savage fury, their axes and swords gleaming in the dim light of the district. They were met with a hail of arrows from the night goblins, but their shields held strong and they pushed forward, mercilessly cutting through the greenskins. The Marienburgers, meanwhile, had taken up positions in the alleyways and buildings of the district, firing their pistols and crossbows at their enemies from cover. Despite their superior firepower, they were quickly overwhelmed by the sheer numbers of the night goblins. In the end, it was the cunning of the night goblins that won them the day. They used their superior knowledge of the district's layout to elude the larger and more powerful warbands. And with their agility and ambush tactics, they were able to seize control of the area. As the other warbands retreated in defeat, the night goblins danced and chanted in victory, their twisted laughter echoing through the dark alleys of Quonside.